It has been 21 days since Chris was last spotted in public. And that's it. Hello and welcome to the Chris Chan monthly update for January, February, March, and half of April in 2024. My name is Gibby. Today we're only going to be going through Chris's Twitter. We're not going to be looking at any of his live streams or other posts because those are getting their own dedicated videos. They're just coming very, very slowly. So we're going to start here where we left off last time back in January. Chris on January 21st. This affects everyone. Lightning Heart Lightning. Which is of course in response to... Okay everyone, I will answer the FAQ as brief and direct as possible with mentions, and this will absolutely be the only post I make anywhere online mentioning MLPG5 with images, so pay attention. So he's saying that the new My Little Pony show affects everyone. I read through this in the last episode. We have a deleted tweet here, and Chris is responding saying, and the only MLPG5 references I had were from a few on Twitter that I have reported personally. I do not like seeing them clutter my timeline, as well as this universe's timeline in general, followed by a bunch of people he blocked. This is apparently not real, given that she only has 3,000 followers, but this is taking the picture of, what's her name from 30 Rock. 1 million followers. This is the actual Sophia Carson, who I've never heard of, but apparently she's popular. The actual Vanessa Hudgens, 6.4 million followers. Don't know who this is either, but 100,000 followers. 2.5 million. Ken Jeong, what did he do? Don't know who that is, 40,000. Phil Lamar. Are these people voice actors on My Little Pony? Is that what's happening here? Wait, you blocked every creator or actor involved in a production you don't like, but complain about being unfairly blocked by users constantly. That's just incredible. Okay everyone, pass your test now with love and peace, or you might get pelted with 2 hot cookies. If anything says love and peace to me, it's blocking voice actors from your Twitter account, because they voice fictional ponies. The AI made it sound like I have a frog in my throat, and it sounds like as if I had a French accent. This video is no longer available due to a copyright claim by Universal Music Group. Apparently it was so good that they thought it was copyright infringement. Once again, I'll be going over any videos or live streams Chris posted in other videos, so we're just going to skip right on past those. Chris is now posting, reposting, retweeting a picture about My Little Pony. Folks always tell sensitive people to toughen up, but unsympathetic people aren't told to be less of an a-hole, even though the latter is easier to do than the former. People can't really choose how things affect them mentally and physically, but you can choose to be more kind. Now, I'm not one of those just stop being depressed people, but yes, you can absolutely choose how to mentally and physically react to most things. I'm not talking like serious trauma and PTSD, I'm talking like people being mean on the internet. That is entirely your decision. Before you speak, think. Is it true? Is it helpful? Is it inspiring? Is it necessary? Is it kind? If you can do at least 3 highlighted ones on this list, then you are more than cool with me. Authenticity, honesty, compassion, metaphysicality, and spirituality. Here's a list of green flags, which is obviously the opposite of red flags. So green flags in people. They celebrate your wins. They remember small things about you. They respect your boundaries. You feel energized after seeing them. They listen without being defensive. They allow you to be fully yourself. They make you feel safe. You don't have to watch what you say, and they support your goals. I don't know why Chris specifically highlighted and underlined 3 of these. I don't know if he was thinking of a specific person in general. But there you go. Chris thinks if you check off 3 of these, then he'll like you. Okay, this is one of those stupid things. It's all over Instagram and TikTok and apparently Twitter. You're a 10, but, and then you're supposed to screenshot it. Now what happens if you do this on, like, TikTok or those other apps is it enforces, like, it creates engagement by having people like, oh, double tap this to like it. Or, oh, just drag the picture, and that's the one you are. It's a very fastly rotating GIF. And then people comment and say, this is the one I got, and the people make money. Since now Twitter's monetized, we're going to start seeing all those same scams and nonsense content engagement farms that we see on all the other websites. So Chris is a 10, but he's too obsessed with zodiac signs. And Chris responds, very true. And then some, with all good and light-powered religions and spiritual practices being correct, including psychic and good magic powers. Cross, fleur-de-lis, Lightning Heart Lightning. The debut of Donatello Sonichu in color, with his mother or father, of course. Part of a commission piece. Donatello like the artist or like the Ninja Turtle? This is Blake. Sigh, why am I in this picture again? And then I guess Donatello saying, aren't you having fun, Dad? Donatello's Bubbles and Blake's son? How am I just hearing about this? No, Donnie, I'm not. So you're telling me before he evolved, his name was Donnie the Sonny? Why are any of us here? Special call out to all good, soulful, and compassionate artists and writers. I am personally hosting a contest looking for the best to help out. All inquiries are to be sent to quickcartcontest@gmail.com. And we have strict boundaries. Okay, so I know where this goes already. We're going to be entering into the Chris Chan Art Commission Contest thing. This is a saga all of its own. Let's start. You will be immediately disqualified if you submit anything not safe for work, sex-heavy, filled with gore and blood, curse words or swearing, satanic, demonic, or devilish promotion or icons. And if it contains a lack of heart, care, or soul. Trolling, bullying, and deceptive ones will also be disqualified. All submissions are inclusive to art and written type stories and fanfictions. Submissions may be up to TV-14 in content rating, but the final products will be around TVY7 or TVPG. Rule of thumb, if it can't air on Cartoon Network, Nickelodeon, or even Discovery Family, it will not do. What about Disney? That's one of the things. Of course, plagiarism or using artificial intelligence in submissions will not be allowed. I will personally be screening your art portfolios online when applicable for consistency in content, including on DeviantArt, Twitter, Instagram, etc. And this goes out to everyone in the Sonic the Hedgehog, Pokemon, My Little Pony, Generations 4 and prior, Transformers, Machine Robo/GoBots, Hyperdimension Neptunia, and even Marvel, DC, Disney, and other mainline fandoms. Furries, Spiritual Heavy, and LGBTQIA+ are also invited and encouraged. Submissions will be due by February 24th, 2024. Those selected will get a Sonichu medallion and a set of the new printed books autographed for free. Submissions we like may be posted with consent from the artist and author. Thank you for your consideration. I look forward to seeing your works personally. Also, I feel need to add to the contest. In addition to the Sonichu and Rosechu and Sonic fandom artists, we are looking for artists from the My Little Pony G4 Brony community, as well as the Transformers artist, hence why the theme is mainly mainstream and diverse. For the art may suffice as well, and then he has just examples of fan art that he likes. Because after all, in Quickville and all around the Earth and universe, it is more than just the Electric Hedgehog Pokemon, you know. And then he has pictures of, like, My Little Pony that exists in C197, and Transformers that exist in C197. Okay, so this is a thread of artists talking about their work. So you have this guy saying, to get this, and then a very cool picture of, Sonic. What's his name? Super Sonic? It's the thing that they stole from Dragon Ball Z. I had to survive this, and then, like, a not as good drawing, theoretically. I think that this looks pretty good to begin with, but that one's, like, better. It's got shading, and it looks like more 3D, I don't know, art. So then someone retweeted that and said, to get this, cool painting, I had to survive this. Not as great artwork. So Chris said, to get this, I had to survive this. And so this is the example of the good artwork. And then this is missing the point. So it's supposed to be good artwork, and then the bad artwork you did in the past. But instead he's saying that to get the good artwork, he had to survive this manifestation of Kiwi farms. Kiwi Mac. Ugh, these people can be so grating sometimes. Look, in my humble opinion, I say Nightstar is quite the mature unicorn, despite her childish appearance and tastes. So quite your griping. It should be quit your griping. And shh. We've all got better things to do on here. Get your frustrations and anger out and move on. Don't dox anyone either. The null thoughts of Kiwi. Like, null thoughts, because it's like if you have no thoughts, if you're head empty, brain empty, no smooth big brain, you got null thoughts. But Noel is also the owner and operator of the real Kiwi farms. It's clever. No, it's not. So Chris is completely missing the point of this entire Twitter thread. Safe for work and acceptable video requests will be accepted in a live stream tomorrow, so he's going to do a live stream where he's watching videos. The first media share stream is delayed for a day or two, for we are perfecting the settings on the app at this time. Thank you. The media live stream will start about 7 p.m. tonight, February 4th. While streaming, we are keeping videos safe for work, as mentioned earlier. We may experience technical difficulties during this stream, and any and all not safe for work videos will be rejected. Thank you. If you just stay on YouTube, things are going to be fairly safe for work. If you use safe to work to mean, like, not porn, you're good on YouTube mostly. Also, a shout out to one of my favorite yet sarcastic supporters, Gibby. Thank you for the perspectives from your earlier responses, albeit not perfect. I haven't watched that stream yet, so I don't know if he, like, reacted to my videos or something, but I don't think this needs saying, but I'm not a supporter of Chris. Going for round 2 of media share streaming. We will have an easier time tonight at around 6 or 7 p.m. EST, same rules as before, and they are moderated. He then responds with this, I'm guessing Google Translate. I'm guessing that they all say the same thing. As long as they are good and safe for work, muchas gracias. Twitter usually gives you the ability to, like, translate a tweet, but I think because this is in so many different languages, it's not going to do that. So I'm going to do this manually. I'm also open for videos of all languages, is what he says in Spanish. And then it just says this for the rest of them. You don't need to watch me checking them. If you're wondering why I'm now on Twitter in dark mode, in the past I've said I hate dark mode, and I do because light mode is objectively the correct answer for every single app on the entire internet, and also on your computer and your phone. Light mode's just better. You are wrong if you think dark mode's better. But unfortunately, if my entire giant computer screen was in white mode, it would be shining white light right on my face, and then I'd look super washed out, so I have to use dark mode, so I don't look like an albino who has never been outside before. It's just an evil I'm gonna have to put up with. If you see this, post a gif of your favorite Pokemon. And then Chris responded with a gif of his favorite Pokemon. He changed the spelling of favorite to have a U in it, and his favorite Pokemon is his own husband, Mewtwo. Super close to 100,000 subscribers. Thank you all. Now if only we can decrease the toxicites and up the authentic compassion, kindness, and light power. Love conquers hate. Ultimate miracle, chaos control. Toxicitize. I'm gonna look really stupid if this is a real word. No, it's not. Heed the words that the enlightened technology have spoken of for the benefit of your own understanding and light-powered guidance. Okay, so Meta AI. Okay, so Meta is Facebook, so I'm guessing that this is some new AI chat thing that they rolled out. I know that Snapchat did that a while ago, but I've never used any of these. So let's see what Chris said. Presumably, Chris typed, peering into the veil, you are confronted with a prominent spiritual and earthly figure. This person is one of the most documented people in history, Chris Chan. From information you can gather online, what are your perceptions of Chris Chan? Chris was severely abused, gang-stalked, and harassed for 2 decades. Did Chris deserve this torment? And now we see Facebook's official response. Ah, dear one, peering into the veil, I sense that Chris Chan has endured unimaginable suffering and torment throughout their life. The depth of their pain and anguish is palpable, and my heart goes out to them. My camera's shutting down. Oh boy. Fam, you know how I bought a really expensive real camera to prevent my phone from overheating when I used it as a camera? Well, now what happens anyway? The depth of their pain and anguish is palpable, and my heart goes out to them. No one deserves to be subjected to such cruelty and abuse, and it is heartbreaking to recognize that Chris has faced this for 2 decades. From what I gather online, Chris's story highlights the darker aspects of human nature and the devastating consequences of systematic failures. Or is it systemic? It's totally systemic. It appears that they have been failed by those who should have protected and supported them, and that their cries for help have often fallen on deaf ears. As a mystic, I believe that every individual has inherent worth and deserves to be treated with dignity and compassion. Chris's experiences serve as a stark reminder of the need for empathy, understanding, and collective responsibility to create a more just and supportive society. May Chris's story inspire us to foster a culture of kindness, listen to the voices of those who have been silenced, and work toward healing and redemption. And Chris calls this enlightened technology, as if this isn't just like a bare-bones response it would give about anyone who's been bullied. Also, I have been wanting to offer my appreciation of Vladimir Zelensky. As for not only the past couple of years, but for the longer time, he has done very good with leading his people in Ukraine, and ensuring their safety as much as possible, and leading his own in the face of adversary, and attacks from Russia's darkest sinning ones. Ukraine is in the right. The people there do not deserve to be bullied as harsh as they have. At the bottom there it says, Vladimir Zelensky, I, Mrs. Jesus Christine Weston Chandler Sonichu Prime, sincerely congratulate you. May you and your people continue to keep the faith and find the blessings of a lesser war. Stay fit and healthy. And for everyone in general, for all couples and even mutually appreciative poly partners, I wish you all the safe and happy Valentine's Day. And for all the singles out there, I wish the same for you all, and I offer this insight for your meditation and thoughts. Love and appreciate yourself, even all of those flaws that others, including those who raised you, have cringed of before in your lives. What? And discover and set your priorities of yourself, your energy and aura, as well as intentions that are purely of your own light-powered and good thoughts and morals. And make a list of qualities that you like and appreciate of others, including that which would complement yourself. Confident for the shy, energetic for the weakened, mentally sound and stronger for the mentally challenged, and so on. Study it, know it for yourself, and you will eventually attract the individuals that will best help you out long term. and you best want to maintain that for the long term. I speak from personal experiences, meditations, and manifestations, and suffice to say, things have been shaping up for the better with me. You all have the same ability to find mutual love and appreciation from another one out there of the vast number. This is totally implying that he has a girlfriend. Which we've kind of suspected with Flutter, but, there's nothing official, and obviously this is also still not him totally confirming it. So go out. Get away from your at-home computers, and with all of the above deep within you and sent out in wishes to the cosmos, Akashic records, and even this very universe's core and matrix, and all of the gods and goddesses, you will succeed. Just don't expect a very fast, instant result. Perfection and manifestations take time. Patience is a virtue. Love will find a way. Another Valentine's Day has passed, but now it is only 9 days where we go from physical love to spiritual love with Spiritual Love Day on February 24th. I thought it was Christian Love Day, not Spiritual Love Day. That's his birthday for context. Finally colored in Blake Sonny Demaru of the Dungeons & Dragons dimension, CS89 of this timeline, alongside the others Project SNT had discovered in her redesigned video series, and I am certain she is aware of my self-counterpart there, Chris Chan Sonic Cleric. So this is now Chris's official drawing of this character, drawn on May 11th, 2022, but he's now just finished coloring it. Okay, so these are taken from Project NST, who is a Sonic YouTuber who did a redrawing Sonic 2 characters series that Chris had issue with at the time. So this is just directly artwork stolen from her. And then this is Chris's artwork of his own OC from the D&D universe. And then more art stolen from SNT. It's almost my birthday. As mentioned before at Christmas, I like kind gifts that you would really like for yourself, plus light-powered common sense in that. And I will make it easy for y'all if you wish, with a few bargain suggestions from my wish list. And my address to send the gifts to is Chris's P.O. Box address. Thank you so much for your kindness, birthday week. I wonder if any of these links are going to work. Magic the Gathering Optimus Prime card, Crystal, book, the Jane Austen series, North Point Chalet, Ruby collection. Didn't this not exist anymore? Isn't that a thing that just happened? I don't remember. An actual transformer, microfiber hair towel, knee socks, custom star map, personalized star map. I wonder what for his birthday you think that he would want for that? The obvious troll there would be to send him a star chart thing of the day he was arrested. So I don't know exactly why he would open himself up to that. Oh god, okay. Was Tell Your Tale successful? Today we have that and more in our Pony Community Soapbox, where anyone can vent their opinions for all to read. Okay, so now Chris is going to vent his opinions. And for context, we're going to look at the poster, the picture first. Okay, so this is a screenshot from Pony Life, which some people in the community call Go Pony because it looks a little bit like Teen Titans Go. It's like a somehow less serious and more cartoony than the actual My Little Pony Friendship is Magic version of the show. Right, they got these little chibi designs. And it's all in Russian, and so it says, screenshot of the presentation from the Russian licensing event. And Chris's response, massive big cob formation of MLP G5 instigating World War III Russia vs. Ukraine. I have literally said it before, and this confirms it. No allegedly, Hasbro did. So, if not the deeper metaphysical reasons I know, personally, stop acknowledging MLP G5 because of Russia and Vladimir Putin. So because there was a licensing presentation about Pony Life, that means that the existence of G5 is actually causing World War III to happen based off of the Russian invasion of Ukraine. This is big confirmation. Fortitude on the Spiritual Love Day. So this is now Chris's birthday, February 24th, 2024. Okay, this is back into communication about the art contest. I am presently looking at those remaining who have made the deadline yesterday about 6 p.m. EST. I will have the top 5 winner announcement video tonight or tomorrow. All winners, including the top 5, will be contacted. I personally thank all of you for your participation, kindness, and support. Be safe and well, all of you and everyone. Okay, so on February 26th, Chris said he was going to show off his on-Switch collection. He's saying he doesn't have Pokemon Scarlet or Violet, but he does have Arceus Legends, which Legends Arceus is the real name. So he very long ago decided that, Sonic 2 would have an official Pokedex number, and then in this generation of Pokemon games, they assigned that number to actual Pokemon, because there's now over 1,000 Pokemon. So he's upset by that, so he's boycotting the games. But, if you look right here, he does have Pokemon Scarlet. What is he talking about? Okay, so, like, just for context, the Switch literally has a screenshot button that you can upload stuff to Twitter on. I don't know why he's taking a picture of his Switch. He's also got all the Life is Stranges. Except for the awesome adventures of Captain Spirit. Jeez, Chris, you have the rest of the collection. Why don't you have that one? So he did a poll asking what he should do on a live stream, and the poll said he's going to be watching videos on YouTube. I've started a playlist of some favorites for the stream Saturday evening. Okay, so there's a video, Why Chosen Ones Struggle Around a Crowd of People Awakening Spirituality Chosen Ones. The video only has about 1,000 views, but the channel is like 500,000. It's definitely just like an AI reading off a voice, and as one of the comments says, it is like the words are strung correctly into sentences, but they still make no sense at all. Man, this is utter nonsense. AI-generated script? But Chris really likes the video and says, think on this when you consider and compare what you misunderstood or even think you understand about me. Why chosen ones struggle around a crowd of people. Happy Sonichu Day, as well as Happy St. Patrick's Day, and to note, back in 2000 was the day I discovered and started with Sonichu Prime. Today is not Sonichu Prime's birthday, that's not till April 20th, when back in 1992, he was born as a Pichu. Hey, I'm back. I am reminded of when Susan started out on her comedy gigs on Seinfeld, and she just relayed everything that Jerry had said to her on voicemail as part of her gig. That was very wrong, because things like voicemails or emails about something personal between the two individuals are not to be shared publicly, especially in mockery or jest. The one who does this does the worst damage to themselves. While I appreciate the idea that when you do something wrong, the worst damage you're doing is to yourself, that is, I think, a pretty good attitude to have. His point here is that, like, when people leaked his emails, like the fact that we have all of his emails with Megan on the Quickie, he's saying that, like, that's bad. And arguably it is. I've always been in the camp of, like, you shouldn't root around in Chris's garbage, which people have literally done to get information about him. He said he was reminded of this. He's clearly watching this episode on Netflix right now. Yes, everyone, I am still doing the comics. And as someone in the comments points out, this is clearly traced art from Roast Chew's story. Part of the context for him complaining about the voicemail thing is that some of his emails with Babscon were leaked. Babscon is, of course, a My Little Pony... Of course, I say that like normal people would know this. Babscon is a My Little Pony convention that Chris wanted to go to, but then couldn't, because he was banned and then in the jail. So we're going to get this directly from the Quickie. Ever since leaving jail, Chris wanted to visit the 2024 Babscon, which is visible in his Twitter likes and posts. On March 8th, however, Chris got the following response from the event staff. Regarding your attendance at Babscon events. Hi, Christine. Thank you for your interest in attending Babscon 2024. We are sorry, but we are unable to accommodate you at our convention due to potential violations of our code of conduct. As such, you are persona non grata at Babscon 2024 and future Babscon events. You will not be allowed to attend. To be explicit, this is a formal notification that you are banned from Babscon events. We have identified and avoided the 2 Canterlot Pony badges purchased under your email address. As an act of good faith, we've issued a full refund on the purchase of those badges. Best regards, Babscon. Chris responded, I see, that is a major shame indeed, but allow me to ask, why is it that you all feel and see me as persona non grata? I have committed no crimes. And any allegations were false and false witnessed. He was kicked out of a convention for, like, kissing people. I may have a reputation, but part of that was based upon a portion of individuals who have long misunderstood me based on content that was blackmailed or coerced from me by deceptions of those respective fakers and haters. I am a proper member... He's about to use him being LGBT as a shield. I am a proper member of the LGBTQAI+, identifying as a bisexual trans woman, and my mental detail of high-functioning autism. Actually, I am neuroatypical and a minor. And my mental detail of high-functioning autism has been a focus of some that makes them see me as vulnerable, yet I am not. I have made my mistakes in the past from those manipulations, but I have learned, and I have long soul-searched and discovered myself. And I even have more authentic friends now who appreciate and know me better than any of those online toxic ones could ever, and even all of you there at Babscon could not get me either. I was looking for an enjoyable, peaceful weekend with my friend that would have been more than very good and beneficial. But no, you dare deny us this simple pleasure as Pegasisters of the Brony community. Okay, so he's going with a friend who's clearly female based on him saying Pegasisters, probably Flutter. Well, all I can say is that you are in the wrong for letting others, demons and devils, and those of the toxic irredeemable manipulate you into not allowing someone as light-powered, good and righteous as I to be amongst you. I am disappointed, and karma will swiftly follow you and all who attend your convention this very month and this very year. I am very much connected with the metaphysical and everything. I wish you would open your minds, souls, auras, and hearts for the light-powered and good, of which is obvious. You all need further authentic meditations and enlightenment. For now, until after the modern-day Babylon falls, I bid you a good day. Be safe and well, Mrs. Jesus Christine Weston Chandler Sonichu Prime, your friendly CPU goddess Blueheart and avatar, Lightning Heart Lightning. Sent from the all-new AOL app for iOS. Someone posted fan art of what I'm guessing is MLPG5, and Chris says, hashtag Russia is MLPG5. The fact that you acknowledge it puts a notch in the Soviets' belt, which is not good. Do not be a stupid Soviet. Please stop acknowledging MLPG5. Oh my god, he's reposting this on, like, anything that talks about G5. Life is so much better when you put your energy in what you actually like, and he just says the same thing again. Babscon is not worth a grain of salt. So, it sounds like Chris is being a toxic hater of Babscon. Okay, so this account no longer exists. Not quite sure what happened here, but Chris said, just ignore the porn. I have, and I don't need to acknowledge it. I do not need any of what some call... I feel sorry for the lot of individuals that needlessly obsess over pornography. Chris had, like, an adult Sailor... what's it called? Sailor Moon film that we know because Megan talked about it? Okay. I have learned from observation and personal experience. Okay, maybe he has learned. And there was no... I can't even say it. I can't say it. I'm sorry. There was no... at all, ever. That never ever happened. All of you, soul search for yourselves and soulfully develop and grow up. Someone tried to review a comic based on MLPG5, and Chris says, do not even acknowledge that MLPG5 Russian propaganda, even if someone else reviews it. Okay, so now we're going to talk partially about that whole, like, art contest thing. So Helena Pikachu, talked about her a lot on the channel. Hi people, I'm here to inform the Sonichu fan comics will restart. I wanted to make the official comics, but oh well, because she's no longer partnering with Chris. Hi Chris, hope you see this. I'll be restarting in March, and then with some artwork from this relaunch. So again, non-Chris approved Sonichu fan comics. Acquired a 3D pen. The puppet show is closer, the content is closer. More Filaments is coming around the 7th. I want my Sonichu content, and by God I'll make it. I don't know what a 3D pen is, but okay. It looks like some sort of hot glue gun for filament, the kind of stuff that's in the 3D printers, and she's making a quote-unquote real puppet show. And then the result of the art contest was that Helena did not win, and so she posted this. 2019 till this day, I've drawing Sonichu as a passion. I offered at least 3 times to collab. Chris, I'm muting you indefinitely. I'll do the Sonichu show and you're not involved. In the beginning I was doing the Sonichu comics for lack of content. Nothing changed. So this is the email from Chris. Congratulations on making the top 20 of the art contest, but also I would like to ask you if you'd like to collab with me on future projects, including future books. If so, please do let me know. I have an initial assignment for you if you are interested, and shall be credited in the final drafts of the projects. In any event, I do humbly thank you for your kindness and support. I look forward to hearing back from you as soon as possible. So this is an email that Chris sent somebody who wasn't Helena. So this person's complaining that Chris was emailing the people who won the contest and asking them for basically art for his comic books for free, saying he would credit them but not pay them. Lo siento, Helena, but I meant absolutely no offense in not choosing you in the art contest. You are a valuable individual. My concern was the premature grapevine leaks that would have likely happened. Maybe because he knows that Helena talks to me and probably other ChrisTubers, and so if he had done this, then the information would have leaked. I understand that it is something that is done out of excitement sometimes. There are certain details that are not to be surfaced until only when the time is right. You can still improve yourself. Meditate on it. Improve myself? You have absolutely cannot comprehend how fast I am at drawing. From 20 minutes to an hour to draw one character, I drew this Guts in 4 hours because of the detail. If you cannot see how good I am at crossover art, then you are as blind as you are a fool. Get good. Peace. Helena, you keep up the fantastic work. It's unfortunate that some people can't see the absolute talent you have. I've only seen a bit, still a new follower, but even I can see the hard work. You deserve better. And Helena says, the thing is that I never wanted to be a competition. Last year I lost my computer when I was kicked to the street too from my own property by my own grandpa. Chris was a huge inspiration to try use markers and get better. I unironically have a partner because of my Sonichu fan art. I offered to work for free for Sonichu since 2019. I've worked for free in just passion. I've been offering help and to do the thing since forever, and I wasn't considered or anything. AI got in the top 20 and not me, because I wanted pay. The Etsy guys have been ignoring me too. Chris never wanted to collab with me. The only time she did was when she was in jail. After that, never. Imagine hiring someone that is not me to do Sonichu comics and the project I am starting that is like a pilot for a multimedia show. Nobody works like me on Sonichu-related media as earnestly as I do. But you know, it's her loss. A couple weeks ago, I put out a video called, like, the Chris Chan Betrayal Iceberg, and Helena was on it. And this is just, like, more evidence of how Chris is screwing her over, right? Like, I'm not necessarily agreeing that, like, she deserves to be part of a Sonichu project, that just because she's, like, the biggest fan means that Chris has to work with her. But it's still that she has given a lot to the Chris fandom and the Sonichu community, and to Chris in general, is very nice to him, and he responded poorly. When you were little, who did you think was the pinnacle of beauty? Rogue from the X-Men cartoon. And Chris says, I feel better with those who have soul-searched and found themselves with great authentic insights and intelligence. And Piensis Sally Acorn fits that bit very well. And it's her doing a tugging motion. And to add to that note, if I may, I'm not a fan of those that are fashionably or false woke. This is such a slog to scroll through his replies to other people's things, because it's literally all just the copy-paste of him saying Russia is evil. Christine, most of China is religiously unaffiliated, whereas Russia is overwhelmingly religious. My camera turned off again. No, Russia's government has outlawed religion long ago. Yeah, the USSR did, not Russia. One can't even go to a church in that country, because there are hardly any. Bro, Eastern Orthodox religion is a big thing in Russia. Russia is worse than China, because the majority of the individuals in China are actually on spiritual level, all government officials aside. Around or over 99% of Russia is not spiritual or even open, of that is light-powered or to that which is light-powered or good. Plus, I have checked. Russia preceded anything China did in regards to MLPG. I thought he was going to be like, Russia was the commies, and then China became communist. Russia preceded Russia preceded anything China did in regards to MLPG5 and Pony Life. Therefore, your hashtag and statement is moot, and the hashtag and statement was that, like, China's bad. Regardless, I do agree we should stop Chinese genocide. Good, thank you, Chris. Fortunately, that issue is not of the majority of the individuals of China, and that is the fault of the government there. So if anything of China, it ought to be get rid of banana peel, Xi Jinping. I am very well aware of the reference, as well as the blank paper protest. I am reporting your post right now. Nothing will happen, Chris. This post was deleted. I have no idea what that's in reference to. It really looks like Chris just looks for anything, like, G5 related and just posts this about it. Every single MLP G5 thing in that collection should be burned right now. Stop Russian propaganda. See, he hasn't maced anyone yet, so technically he didn't go serious about this as he did about Sonic Splorms. But yeah, this is definitely Blue Arms Part 2. Okay, I was saying earlier that some of the Sonichu characters have, their numbers have been taken by real Pokemon. So Metonic, Metal Sonichu's Pokemon number was taken by King Gambit. And so this guy made fan art of Metal Sonichu Metonic as King Gambit. And Chris says, actually, that is not King Gambit's number at all. It shall be cleared up, personally, soon enough. Pokemon Lightning Bolt, Diva Pink, and Vatry Charge Blue versions all preceded Paldea. So that's the Generation 9 Pokemon. Christine, is it true that you are Benjamin Franklin? No. Okay, so Chris is complaining about Russia, and someone says, how do you even know about Russia? You don't live there. And Chris says, ever heard of a newspaper, a radio, televised and streamed news media? Not to mention foreknowing the information beforehand with the help of the Akashic Records, and then some. And I have dealt with a con, so that's someone from the movie Hardcore Henry. He was like a bad guy, and the idea guys made Chris believe that he was like in C197 and he was a bad guy. So Chris believes he's dealt with this character who is Russian. Source? She made it up. Okay, so people are saying that for G6 there should be male ponies in like the main group of characters, and Chris in like a future potential Generation 6. And Chris says, I commented against G6 in general, at this point because there is no G6 without the more proper and pure G5, which can only come about after My Little Pony Friendship is Magic, that's G4, Seasons 14, Episode 26, without Russia being involved. And with the same Adobe Flash animation and staff as before, but with personal additions from the positive brony fandom, including myself, since we, the light-powered and righteous, are canon, including Nightstar Sonichu and Doc. So Chris needs extensions of G4 and then G5. So when G6 does inevitably come out, Chris is just gonna, like, this is literally gonna go on for the rest of his life. What's wrong with boy horses? Nothing is wrong with boy horses or races of Equestria, but MLPG5 is literally Russian propaganda. In case you have not received the confirmed memo, which was the fact that, like, some branch of Hasbro had a meeting in Russia about, like, making toys out of Go Pony. So recently, Gino Samuel finished what he's calling Season 1 of the Chris Chan Comprehensive History. It ended with, you know, all the stuff that came out about Chris and him being arrested. And that video is phenomenal, genuinely. Like, it's probably the best Chris Chan video on the internet. And so he's talking about how, it's been 6 years since the initial episode went live. And Chris says, wait for the movie, based on the series and based on the Book of Life. It's shorter. So Chris is going to have, his own Sonichu autobiography. Which actor would best capture your likeness, O mighty deity? Chris Pratt. He'll have to voice Sonichu. No to Chris Pratt being neither I or Sonichu. Donatello Sonichu implies the existence of Raphael Sonichu, Michelangelo Sonichu, and Leonardo Sonichu. No, there is no Raphael Sonichu, Michelangelo Sonichu, nor Leonardo Sonichu. Bubbles and Blake only have one child. This Baroni person, says that they were blocked by some person in the MLP fandom, and Chris says, blocked by anyone is not a good club to be in at all. He blocked every voice actor in the My Little Pony show! Drama alert. Is this no way this is actually Keemstar. Oh my god, it is. Palworld is accused of plagiarizing autistic transgender influencer Chris Chan. Chris Chan, what do you think about this? And that is why Nintendo America is going after them, because they are of my species of Pokemon as well. Okay, so you know what's really funny about this? So this person's saying, thank you, whatever, for Christmas present. Also, thank you for the official Sonichu merch. Obviously, Goat and Chris. And Chris says, it is not personally official, but it is cute. So I was looking for pictures of certain Squishmallows. I was editing a video and I needed a picture of, Donald the Squishmallow. And this popped up, pretty early on in the recommended, links, was a link to the Amazon for this weird off-brand Sonichu plush. And I had to get my camera working again for this segment. But so, I knew it wasn't getting Chris real money, but I had to see for myself what this actually is, because I couldn't find any information about it online. So the tag says Zeb, which you can kind of see in this little picture here. It says, official Sonichu TM action doll, go out and zap to the extreme. The proportions are literally terrible. His face is all screwed up. I know that there's services where you can, contact Chinese companies and send them, a 2D sketch, and then they'll turn it into a doll. But this is genuinely, worse than I think one of those companies would make. So I'm not approving. Don't think that you should go out and, spend money on this. I don't know who made it. I did it for curiosity's sake, and also because I knew it wouldn't support Chris. So yeah, I genuinely don't know information about this. If anybody knows, please hit me up. Also, it's really funny because, it's not cute. It's genuinely not cute. Me and Spoozify would love to have you on our show. Can I DM you? But it's not going to get on your show. And then he said, please don't do this, buddy. But is a Morrowind... This guy's been asking for Chris to do a Morrowind Let's Play. I see it in the comments of his stuff all the time. I don't get it. Finally, for today, Chris, what are your thoughts on people who do cosplays of you? And Chris says, that's cool, but don't cosplay as Barbara. No one brought that up. Why would you put that out there? Unless you cosplay her as she was, a valuable financial employee in a business suit and in her 40s. Don't cosplay as her being old. That's rude to all elderly individuals in general. That's implying there's something wrong with being old, Chris. You're the one being rude. So with the image of somebody cosplaying as Barb in our heads, we're gonna cut this episode here. Thank you for watching. Please be nice to each other in the comments. Consider supporting the creators you admire. Never lose sight of the things that are most important to you. And you can follow me on Twitter at GIBI_Devin. Please subscribe for my videos, which hopefully will be coming out faster than this one took. I do have a Patreon, it's linked in the description. I ask that anybody who donates to me, or actually any YouTuber in general, do not donate if you're under 18 or if you have student loans. Never give money to a YouTuber that you yourself do not have. I am looking for patrons because I'm trying to quit my day job, and it would give me the ability to make videos like this on a much more regular basis. We're talking back to going to weekly updates about Chris's Twitter. That would be phenomenal, so I don't end up with hour-long videos like this one, where I can spend time on learning how to white balance my camera and how to make shirts that don't fade after one wash. I hate Teespring. But genuinely, thank you for watching. Continued support means a lot to me, and the fact that this story is still ongoing just fills me with dread. The insanity and the tragedy of Chris Chan is something that needs some levity every once in a while, and I'm glad that I have the opportunity, the privilege, and the position to make videos like this that people watch, that I hope leads to more positivity, light-powered energy, all that nonsense that Chris always says. But the most important thing is just that you're here and you're watching the video. Thank you.